We're going. Hey. Hi, neighbors. Can y'all see me now? It's okay if you don't. I'd love to just shut the sucker off. Laura Horror's interview. Yeah, it's long because she's meditating. That's the weirdest shit I've ever seen. Add to stream.
There you
I'm
go.
sorry.
Now you added me.
Nobody puts baby in the corner. Okay, can y'all see us?
No.
Push.
Amy says you can't. She can't. And no, it says live. There. Okay. Now they can.
I'll come back. Let me know when y'all are ready.
No. I think because
I'm joking. No, that's a joke.
Jenny just said, "There you are," and Carolyn said, "Hi, Kresha," and True Crime said, "You're good now."
Okay, yeah, that only took 10 minutes.
So it's the blue button. Sorry, one of us has a Mac and the other has a PC, and so it's different.
And then not only that, but I use Apple, and then oh my god, and then this thing, it was cheap and it holds a whole lot of terabytes of space and stuff. It's like all storagey and stuff, and it's already full. Like, oh my god, I'm like, I'm just not tech savvy. So, hey everybody, I'm just not tech savvy. So, I should have bought 3 of these. No, not Windows. Definitely not Windows. It is not. Not compatible with me either.
Get some drives, some portable drives.
Yeah, I have one. I don't know how to use it. I haven't stopped long enough to like read and just say, oh, okay, and just process anything. I'm, let's say I'm doing this, and then I get a notification, which is all the time, because I'm subscribed to this and emailed to that, and I pay this. Oh my god, and so a notification will come up, and then I'm like, ooh, there's my squirrels. Those are my squirrels, and I'm chasing those. Well, I'm not gonna say that. Like that little thing on Ice Age.
Carolyn, I have is it Carolyn or Carrie Lynn?
Carrie Ann.
I just have the one on my MacBook. I have like a 2020 MacBook.
Oh,
thanks to
I have an iPhone 10 and an iPhone 6 Plus, and I love them. They're just the 6 it does not have a SIM card, so
Scrat. What's Scrat mean? That sounds like soaking.
Scrat.
Scrat. Is that something you guys say in the South?
No, you just have to come outside more.
Okay, Carrie Lynn. Okay.
Why has it got to be a Southern thing?
Okay.
We're cool. We're cool people.
Yes. Hi, Netherlands.
Yes.
Rhombo.
I know. I never could. Rhombohedral. Rhombo.
Yeah. I always feel like an idiot when I say.
Hi, Ladybugs. Carolyn. Oh, okay. Carrie Ann and then Carolyn.
Oh, that's who
Carolyn. Okay. All right. It's a lot of just looking at a chat and like responding to it, not just a thought in my head, So I just sit here and talk at it, and I forget I can pin them. I forget learning.
Oh.
The other one, Zoom, it was extra. It's so extra. It's like Lori.
Oh my gosh. So
this one is like slow, like Alex. This is like too easy. Or Chad. Well, a mixture.
Derp. So I am not the only one that thinks that the tarp wasn't going to be used for something else.
Oh, come on, y'all. She is Pisces. Just saying.
Trudy, and someone else said that they thought, Aunt B, that they didn't believe the.
I don't. No, she is not innocent. She was plotting my uncle's damn murder. And I'm not going to say allegedly because it's right there. Proof is in the pudding. And Bill Cosby is serving. Ooh,
well, good. And she was like, in the interview, like, no, they just made me feel so special.
Oh, no.
They're telling me I had powers. I'm like, bitch, You were in that flippin'
She's
testimony meeting or whatever you guys were doing, and you were like, "Does anybody know what powers they have or what mission they have?" And then the next day she was
Yours.
texting me, "Guess what my mission is?" Like,
It's to go to hell. That's her mission.
yes.
It's possible. It's not impossible. We're gonna show her better than we can tell her. I was just like watching it. I never process everything the first time. I'm just in the moment. I'm just taking it in, but I'm not absorbing it whatsoever. So I have to go back and watch and listen, and I'll do it. I've already listened to it like 3 times. Melanie Gibb, I'm gonna have to slow her down. I go half speed for her, which is really cool. I'm even thinking about just taking some clips and just going slow, because you can hear so much stuff. Zalima was talking about the gun being with the cash. That's like against the law. I mean, like it can. I mean, not only were they probably murder weapons that were used in murders, but it's like within a certain vicinity of each other or something. I don't know. know. I mean, Arizona's a one-party state. So are we, I think.
Oh, Utah is.
Recording and stuff, and I'm like, that's just sketch.
Yeah. No, she's totally, and I was like, one, you need shoes that fit. Like, those shoes do not fit you correctly. And I know that's catty, but that's the way I am. That's how I deal with this, because the whole day
Zalima is as innocent as Melanie in her black dress.
Yes.
I didn't know 12 times 12 was 140. I was like, it's 144, you stupid bitch. I mean, and I'm not good at mathing, but just saying. Lori, y'all, I was just like, I cried with Tylee. Oh my God. And I cried. She hummed. I tried putting my speaker, so I could get the sound, see what song it is. And then I was like, screw it. And I uploaded that interview or that, I guess, interview of Tylee. And then I accidentally deleted it, and it was perfect. And now I can't get it back in there because everything's fritzing out because I'm on information overload, literally. And
who released all of them? Was it all Arizona that released them?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I think do y'all think that they work in unison? I do. I think they coordinate. They have to. Yeah. It's like playing chess, right? And so they're like, okay, now drop the bomb,
Yeah.
I don't know.
And then like millions of YouTubers are like, oh my gosh, we got to get on it.
Oh, it was like, and listening to my Uncle Bobby earlier.
I haven't heard that one yet. That one, I think I was like, I don't know if I could do that today because I was listening to Adam. You can just hear the
trauma. You can hear how we sound today still. We're like, blah, 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 and just repeat.
Mm-hmm.
But it is so strange how we were saying murder then. The interview with my Uncle Bobby, or the phone interview with my Uncle Bobby, he's the baby. I was like, did I just hide it on accident? Let me go and make her. Amy, can you be a moderator? You ready to mount up? Please. I don't know if I have any. I just kind of throw them out to people. I don't even tell them. I just, here you go.
I know. I don't really know anything.
Power. All right. So I'm going to kind of, I don't even know where I'm at right now.
Yeah. I was wondering if Idaho, like what because I'm thinking this is a lot of stuff. And I know that by looking at it, that there's not a lot of, there's some, Weird Mom says she can moderate. There's like
okay.
a lot of stuff that I would think they wouldn't want the public to know. These people do not look that credible.
I mean, it's gonna come out. That just goes to show you, like, I am like, oh, duck. Oh, duck. Because Idaho's got to have.
I would hope that Arizona would ask if that was
doses.
okay.
I think I would have been dead already. I don't know. I would have already had a heart attack or a stroke from all the stuff. Okay, I've got to figure out when I get back to you.
When I added moderators, I had to do it on my phone. I had to go into my phone.
Good idea. That's what I usually do when I'm watching everybody else. Which, Jen, by the way, your video was so good. It was like the best one you've done, my opinion.
It was tough.
The second on the Lafferty brothers. Just by the way, everybody, just go check that out. It's so crazy. Not crazy. It is a pattern that it just is. It echoes and repeats. It's just same story. No, same trailer, different park.
Yeah,
it's nuts. So I think it's the extremism, the Folie Deux thing, the madness of two, which they usually say it's usually siblings, you know, that the Folie Deux, it's not registered in the DSM, which I find that odd, you know, it's strange, but it's like you can have Folie à Trois and then on up, and then you can have the Folie of the family, like an entire family. Well, and then it goes all the way up to Folie of the masses. And so that's mass. I have the book right there. It says it. When people are like feeding off each other and mass hysteria.
Yes.
And so it's just as I see, you know, that the love was tangible in Rexburg, you know, when everybody goes and visits the property, the fence, and you see the love. It's tangible. Yeah. So I would imagine it would be just like that for good or bad stuff too, you know, everything. That's why I always say birds of a feather flock together and things like that.
Angela,
I can't read and do stuff.
I'll try to do it too. Angela Pendleton says Tylee was humming "How Far I'll Go" from the Disney movie Moana.
Okay, thank you. Hold on, I gotta write it down because I'll forget to come back. How far I'll go?
Yeah, Moana.
So thank you.
My kids are too old for that now, so
I'm back in like Shrek days.
Yeah, I'm like Lilo and Stitch. My little boy had acid reflux when he was a baby, so we called him Stitch because he was always like.
I did.
But he said it like he had a really raspy like voice. It was kind of cute. Turds of the nether. Turds of the nether flock together.
Lori Colley. I listened to it right before this. Like I was getting, bless you. You were doing like the you froze.
That's how you do it.
You keep freezing. I'm plugged in. I'm hardline. So are you? I was just saying because you just like dabbed. That's what it looked like.
No, I was coughing in my elbow.
Thanks so much. I did watch or listen to the one about Joe. And I mean, I'd always heard it. I had read, you know, I have the screenshot of that story of how highly he thought of my uncle. But I mean, when he started saying about the pool party, he was just like, oh, and the pool party and yada. I was like, I want to know more about this damn pool. Everybody does. I mean, I believe it. I really don't need to see it, or I don't have to have it confirmed. I can kind of see that happening, crappening, or I like to say, I'm sorry. And B, that was the weirdest video with one of the players telling the story so far. and the way she made funny faces on Lori and Chad's strange behavior, like if she was not fully into it. Who?
Oh, I think Melanie Gibb, her interview.
She is like on speed.
Yeah. I
She
was like,
sounds
what
like she
is in your
did.
water bottle?
I don't know. That them oils be bad for you. Them oils.
Yeah.
I mean, anyways, there's just so much to talk about, and I want to talk about everything, but I haven't even absorbed everything, or I haven't heard or listened or watched or read anything. I did listen to KJ. God bless her. She cracks me the frick up. I'll tell you that. KJ and the Ray. And she was reading the novel, the love story, whatever that is.
Oh, that's I was on with
That's
Amy.
the
Crime
what? The meat
Sushi.
and potatoes.
Yeah.
Anyways, and so she kept cracking up, and then I was just like, she's got to stop, and then she'd stop, and I was like, oh no, I'm starting to visual. No, I'm not visualizing anything. Them.
Yeah.
Marinating or soaking or
Oh,
moistening,
yes.
whatever the frick that stuff is.
That's soaking. Yeah. Huh. Yeah,
I
we
found the definition to Hiplos. I put it on my video that I just uploaded to. It's the rock and foundation. Wait. Hiplos means to turn loose. Oh my god. Hold on.
doTERRA.
Mama, I have some here. I was like, oh, I'm about to throw it all out, or burn it away from here.
Yeah.
So nobody can even.
I will say that I had a friend that sold it. I know, big surprise in Utah, but I had a friend that sold it, and my daughter had a solo competition. This is back when she danced, and she was like super sick. But you pay for those competitions, you pay a ton of money for them, and then
the dance competition.
Yeah, you pay like an entry fee is like usually around $100. That alone, plus you pay, your solo lesson, all your stuff. So you're thousands of dollars a year into it.
Yeah,
So
I used to be dance.
Yeah, so she was so sick, and my friend's like, "Oh, give her this doTERRA, like rub it on her feet or in our forehead." I can't remember, and I was like
vapor rub.
Okay, but I was desperate. I was like, "Okay, well, we'll try it because if she pukes on stage, it's gonna be the end of her." And it worked just long enough for her to do that competition. And then she got done dancing and she came over, and I swear to God, she just like collapsed into my lap and slept for 3 days. But it worked just long enough for her to get that dance done. And that was the only competition she ever won.
Wow.
So I will say that.
I just wanted to be in it because of the tap shoes. I was like, I can make noise.
Oh, yeah. So I have to ask you, was Tylee a dancer?
Yeah. She did dance, theater. She drew. I have her book somewhere. One day I'll have stuff like right here. If I had everything, I do have everything right here, and that's the problem. Y'all, if I just scan that way, y'all be like, what a slob. It's not my shit, it's their shit.
Yeah.
It's just it's crowded. It's in my area now. I've consumed it. I'm telling you, I went whole ass into this. And there was some stuff I'd ran across. There was somebody just, okay, does anybody remember what the real term is? Because it's not hip blows. She said, oh, Zalema you're talking about, Rhonda? She did say it different. I did catch that. Please confirm. Okay, anyone else wondering why they haven't seen the other Melanie? No, I'm not. I know she indicted, I'm sure. I'm sure. I don't know that. But I mean, come on. I love watching the video with them going to serve her, and she's walking the dog, and then they're like, she was probably crapping in her pants.
Oh, with the dog?
Melanie Pulowski. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I was like, get a decent leash. Like, don't, when you have a big dog, you can't use the, like,
My thing is, don't own any animals. Don't have any children. Lock it up and lock it up. Don't. No, she's not allowed.
Yeah. Well, and then she's like, I got to get my kids. She says it like 20 times. I got to get my kids to school. And I'm like,
okay, you got an old man right there.
You guys are dragging it out. You're the one, you're dragging it out. Like they were like ready to give it to you. And then you had to get all pissy and passive aggressive. And then she's like, I got to get him to school. And I don't know how many of you have kids or have been like a mom taking your kids to school or carpool mom, but she is the type of person that screams into the parking lot at like 10 minutes late every day with her kids.
Yeah, like, I heard that, I remember hearing through this that she was slob, I'm just randomly clicking stuff. I'm not even able to read it because I can't talk and read at the same time. So I just want y'all to know this. Jen's reading it though. She reads it.
Well, I'm trying to. What's funny is like I was saying to her last week, I go, I'll read them and I'll like respond in my head. So like you'll see me nod or smile or frown, like depending on what you're commenting. And then I realized, because Kay, when she was in here, I was doing it, and then I realized, well, she doesn't know. Nobody knows why I'm like all of a sudden making faces and smiling at people.
Yeah, you're like, ha ha, like you pass gas, like John Pryor.
Yes.
He always looks like he passes gas.
Yes, he does. And yeah, I'm sorry, my connection is shit in this house.
Yeah. It's just an outer darkness. It's pretty.
And this is closest.
They don't have broadband there.
This is closest, and it's freaking fiber.
Girl, get you some tinfoil.
I know. It's so expensive. And they're like, oh, it'll be so much better to be on fiber, and it's crap. And I'm the closest to it. And I know that ping.
Fiber or Fiverr? Because they have something called Fiverr. Okay.
Fiber. Yeah.
Like Fiverr?
No, fiber.
Okay. Fiber optics.
Yes. Yeah, it's that, and it's crap.
100% to all of you.
Yeah, no, thanks, Paisley, because like I need to call them and be like, you guys got to fix something, because if I'm 10 feet away, I should not be freezing up. I knew I was freezing up upstairs, but I was like, maybe it's because I'm upstairs. But yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna break away, and I'm gonna go sign moderators.
Okay.
So, talk amongst yourselves. I'm
gonna look and see.
That was me acting as Trish on Website. I know that Amy said
she does it constipated. And I have celiac. And I had chips that were not gluten-free.
They don't
last
shit
night.
Anymore.
So I spent a lot of today.
They don't got a shit, so they're constipated. All right.
I do have a router. Like, I have really good equipment. I think they fucked up when they put our line in, honestly. And I told them when they were digging, I'm like, I don't know if that's a good idea. And they were like, stupid woman, you don't know anything. And I just did. I need to get them out here. And then, of course, it's like, well, we got to charge you a fee, when it's like, well, it's your shitty service. And it's two different companies. One is the fiber and one is the carrier. And it's like, they both always blame each other. It's
okay. Okay. We're kind of in that now.
Yeah. So
nobody's fault.
Yeah.
I mean, I know who ultimately, I know whose fault it is. I know the perpetrators. However, it's the contributing factors. Everybody. I mean, even me, like, I just didn't know. I didn't know. I just really didn't know. And I still beat myself up about it. And I'm like, oh. But
how could you
the woulda, shoulda, coulda. I try not to stay in that land too long. I do go there. I dabble. And then I'm like, okay, it's counterproductive. It's not, if it breathed the life back into them, sure. But it doesn't. So, I mean, friends, I've never met her. We've chatted a few times on Twitter, and I'm not a good tweeter, however you say that. But I know that like on significant dates, when it's going to be sad, we'll reach out to each other and just kind of, pat each other on the back and just say, hey, it's going to be okay. Damn it, that makes me want to cry. I don't want to talk about it.
Amy's saying some good stuff down there. I'm reading.
You did the best you could at the time. Yep. Did the best you could. Okay, well, let me try and read. You did the best you could at the time with the tools you had. Right. And my toolbox I've gained some tools. I've been picking I love tools, by the way. Anyways, like I'm legit. I love to saw and sand shit and paint stuff. And I need to stop saying that. It's hard. Right now I'm not F-bombing y'all, so it's all good.
I wonder if they dropped it because they don't need it.
What?
Paula was asking, I wonder why Arizona dropped all this information. And I thought maybe it's just because it's not going to help them.
And it's in the FOIA. I mean, it's not going to help them anyways. They cannot do anything with Lori until Idaho spits her out.
And she has to go through the entire adjudication, doesn't she?
And then if she's not spitting out her medicine, then Idaho will never spit her out. And I'm pissed because she should have been taking medicine this whole time. I know that when I have these conversations with my 5-year-old and every child I've had in my home that I've mothered, I'm like, you have to take the medicine. If you don't take the medicine, then you don't feel good, So,
well, a lot of that medicine comes in the form of like shot, like literally they can give her a shot in her ass. I don't know legally what they can.
I know that when I went into preterm labor or whatever with Ashlyn, my daughter, and my husband at the time was offshore. And I just remember I was up at the hospital by myself. It was late and I was having a lot of Braxton Hicks, whatever, contraction. Good God, it's been that long. Contractions. And I remember I was laying down in the hospital room and I had my back to the door. And I heard the nurse come in, but I mean, I was big and pregnant. Can't just swing a basketball right on over. And I just remember her. I don't even remember what she said. It's been so long ago now for sure. But she gave me a shot of breathing or whatever. And before I even said okay, like before I even gave her permission, she was like, psh, and then I was like shaking and nervous. And oh my God, I hated that feeling.
Oh yeah, I know what you mean.
So if they can do that,
too,
then they can
do something. Maybe it's my other. I'm gonna shut down my other laptop and see if that helps.
Oh, well, I just pulled mine up. Did it just get echoey? Because I've got to assign moderators and then I'll get out.
I'm just wondering if you have a lot of Bluetooth stuff. Will that do it? Like screw with your signal? Because I do have a lot of Bluetooth stuff around. I'm just shutting down my other laptop.
Okay.
Only dropped 10%. That's pretty fucking scary.
Well, no, I had mine open.
Yeah, no, I just shut down my other laptop. I mean, I do have a lot of Bluetooth stuff here. Maybe that's, I don't know.
Cortana thing, I don't know. Look, I say Cortana, nothing. But
your microwave? Well, we don't have the microwave on.
That's funny.
What if my kid's playing his game? But he hasn't been yelling, so I don't think he's doing it.
Maybe
usually he's yelling, and oh my gosh, so he has said some things lately. I'm like, what did you say?
Like what? He's
don't get this gaming thing. They like yell at each other and they're so mean, and I'm like, oh, what happened? Right? Like nothing. It was great. I'm like, you're calling each other names.
I tell my kids, and y'all, I'm very transparent. This is what you get. I'm not perfect, but I'm like, y'all are just not going to grow up. You're not going to be an asshole. What's the moral of the story? We're not going to be assholes. Okay.
Yeah.
we're going to be good people. We're going to be respectful. We're going to say, yes, ma'am, please, thank you. No, thank you. Whatever. But you're not on my watch. You know what I mean? You're just not going to be buttholes.
Yeah.
I already said it so many times. But anyways.
Maybe. They should. You know what? Maybe I'll see if my wife is watching this on the TV.
Michelle!
She didn't comment yet. Sometimes she watches me. Sometimes
she's trolling. I'm joking.
She did say, I guess 7-Eleven has all these weird chips, and she's like, do you want to do the chip challenge live? I was like,
no, I don't gamble. I gamble with my heart.
I'm like, well, it's not fun for me because I have celiac, so I can't eat anything. It's just really going to be you.
What's just a 10-second version of what is celiac?
It's an autoimmune disease. So whenever you eat anything with gluten in it, basically wheat, barley, rye, your body attacks itself. And if you go a really long time undiagnosed, like I did, then you have all sorts of problems. You have higher risks of cancer. You have, I have so many digestive problems. It's
okay.
So get tested.
Jason does too. I mean, my dad just sent me an attachment. I'm sorry, y'all. I didn't turn my notifications off.
That's okay. No, it's very, like, I get annoyed when people are like, oh yeah, bread makes me, get a stomachache, but I just don't eat it. And I'm like, get tested, because if you do have it, anytime you eat gluten, you are damaging your body.
And Larry, he'll go on the gluten, like he eats gluten-free and stuff like that, and he loses weight like that. Yeah. Men do typically more easily than women. And especially when you get off your butt, I'm like, Kresha K. I mean, I like have these self-talks to myself. I'm like, Kresha K, you need to get your ass up and go walk around the damn yard or something. Go pick up a couple sticks, whatever. And so I'm just trying to pull myself out of this. Yes. And I'm getting there. I mean, it used to, I wouldn't even acknowledge it. I was just like, I'm actually doing something right now while I'm doing this. I'm not taking that off.
Yeah. So meds taking her 15 to 50. Well, they have to get her on the right meds. And I can tell you that can be very difficult.
Well, she is difficult.
Yeah. Especially for somebody.
I think, what the hell was the first real one that came out? Antidepressant. Oh.
Prozac?
Before that.
Before Prozac?
No, it was after that. She needs to be on some damn lithium.
Oh, for sure.
I
would say Zyprexa. That would be my guess.
She needs to stop malingering.
Yeah.
Like I said, if we can be
Thorazine, yeah.
If we can be confident, right? I mean, doesn't she believe that anyways? If you think it, if you imagine it, then you can be it. All right, Potter of the Harry. I've never watched that movie, and now I really never will.
Yeah, I never did. No, she's not. So, she's not paying attention to me.
Don't go tonight, Tracy Schuler.
What? Okay, bye.
But if you must, go to sleep listening.
Haldol is another good.
I've heard of that. I mean, for my panic disorder, I was undiagnosed until I was 27. Zoloft, that's it. I mean, that's like, pretty slim.
I was getting Seroquel once.
With your eyes closed. You've been like, you look like you just look like Lori.
What, me?
Meditating. Yes, because your eyes were closed. You were stuck again, and your eyes were closed, and you were like, you were meditating.
I was looking because she would do those head jerks every once in a while, and I'm like, is she listening to a voice? Is she talking into a portal? What's she doing? And then Michelle's like, I think she's just falling asleep.
She was saying her spells, conjuring,
praying. Yeah,
no.
Cymbalta, I've been on Cymbalta before.
Yeah, they used to try to treat my panic disorder with. I'm like, I'm not depressed, but I didn't know how to say it. I was 15.
Well,
Okay.
sometimes
I
they
just
do
know
it
I'm
off
having.
label. So sometimes you get prescribed something and
This
like
was
you don't really.
back in the 90s.
Yeah. So like I've been prescribed some meds that they're off label. It's an off label use. So they might be to treat a certain illness, but they also work for another.
She was building a mystery. That
Ooh,
reminds me of Sarah McLachlan.
yeah. They say guilty
What
people
was Lori
fall
doing?
asleep when left alone. Oh my gosh.
What?
I didn't know that. Is that really true?
What happened?
Guilty people, look at Eli. I'm saying Eli. If it's Ellie, correct
Oh,
me.
Ellie. It's Ellie.
Is it Ellie? Okay.
Yeah, Eli. They say guilty people fall asleep when left alone. Huh. And interview rooms at police stations. That was my thought, showing us her guilt. And then Alex kind of did the same thing. Thank you, Robbie. Robbie just sent a PayPal.
Aww.
Thank you, Robbie.
That'd be so funny.
That's sweet.
I think Lori
Thank you.
may be here's from my experience as a child of a crazy person. Sometimes when people start to remember the really scary shit they do, they go into a state of denial.
Trance. Even
Yeah.
me. I mean, look, I have done some shameful stuff. Luckily, I was alcohol. Alcohol is a blessing. Hindsight, I'm like, oh my God, all the dangerous situations I put myself in, all the DWIs I should have gotten. I mean, I did it to myself. Like you put yourself in that situation, you have to square up and toe the line. You have to just be accountable, right?
Yeah. No, like my mom did so much shit. And I'm like, Mom, do you remember that? This is when we were getting along before she disowned me again. She does it every few years. I was like, oh yeah, you remember when you tried to get me to cast out demons on that trip to Southern Utah? She's like, what? I'm like, Mom, like you left us on the side of the road. I don't remember that. And I'm like, lady.
Conveniently.
Like, just admit it.
That happened like that. They don't want to think that they were bad parents or made bad choices, and I'm real. I'm real with myself first. Like when I used to not, I don't have a problem. Whatever. I'm just going. But you're masking your pain. I was masking my problems, and I could help everybody else except for myself. And then once I I did get a DWI. I blew way over. Oh my bejesus. He was like, Mr. Hen. He was telling me to walk. I was like, I can't. I'm too damn drunk. Come on, let's just go home to the station. Let's go. And I mean, I don't know. It's crazy. And I mean, I was in my 30s, and whoa, it was 2013. And I remember like, oh my God, I do not want to tell my mom. And so I talked to my mama, Trahan, about it. And I love her. She's got the same birthday as you, Jen. I meant to tell you that.
Oh, really?
No, I did tell you that. I meant to tell her that.
Oh, she's an April Fool?
Uh-huh. But she's no fool. Trust me. She's my gangster grandma, my granny, gangster granny. She's just old school, and she is amazing. I've learned so many good things from her, just, I love her. But I forgot what I was going to say, so carry on.
That you told her about your DWI.
Oh yeah, I told her, and so it was eating my lunch, and she's just leaned back. She has like 90 rental properties, and she just would sit. She already had 2 strokes, and she couldn't hardly walk anymore, and she shut down her other store. I mean, the woman worked all the time, and so did I. Mama, I'm going to work with you. Anyways, and she said, "Can it eat you?" And I was like, that's a weird question. Can it eat me? And she was like, yeah, can that DWI, can it eat you? And I was like, no. And I mean, I was like, no, it sure can't. I mean, like, no, it can't. So, I mean, nothing in this world can eat you, you know? I mean, it can. So it was just a different way of looking at it. And I was like, And so I still kind of use that. Maman trahan. That's trahan.
Yeah.
That's how they say it. Just 30 miles east of where I live, it goes from Trahan to Trahan, and I'm like, no. But we have this French song here. It's Cajun French, whatever. Or it's actually Zydeco, and his name is Travis Mott, and it's called Vibrator. And I mean, I would play it right now for y'all because I know she's a vibe. Anyways, I don't want to. And it's Zalema. I just don't. You know what? I'm gonna find it. We're gonna do it. I mean,
like, do you think she makes up that voice?
Yes.
Like that. I have
a video of her. I have a video of her talking to JJ when he was a baby, and she's and I'm like,
wait, Zulema or Lori?
Lori.
Oh, okay.
You have got to do your imitation. I could picture it when you told me via text about how she entered the room. Go ahead.
Zulema. Okay. Did anybody else go? You know,
when
like,
Zulema
you ever had a toddler that has put on your shoes and they walk like a very like, look, I can walk in high heels, like,
or somebody in a pencil skirt.
Yeah, it's just I was like, okay, sweatsuit on top, high heels on bottom. Interesting. I used to work in the world of fashion.
You were working.
I was a salesperson at Maurice's. I always say, I was in fashion. I was a manager at a Maurice's.
Fashion.
Yeah. I sold a lot of shit though. I was actually really good at it. But
well, you come from that background.
You know, maybe. I hated it though. I hate sales. I did sales when I was in the corporate world too, and I flipping hated it. But yeah, so she walks in and I'm like, are your shoes too small? I'm not quite sure, you know. And then she gets down and it's like all of a sudden she develops this like, I didn't even know. They told me I was special, so I guess I just believed it. I'm like,
because if you believe it, then you can be it.
Oh. You were like, and then when Melanie Gibb was like, what did she say? And I was like, you're so full of shit. I mean, the whole interview, I was like, you're full of shit. But what did she say? Oh, she's talking about casting out. And I was like, bitch, you read the scriptures every single day. You know what's in the Doctrine and Covenants. They talk about casting out in the Doctrine and Covenants. Don't act like you didn't know what it was. Now, they were doing it really flipping weird, but they were doing old doctrine stuff.
I'm looking for something. Hold on.
Okay, you look very concerned.
No, this is me focused. Right here. Can you confirm that? Or where did you hear it from? Please.
Her friend's police interview? Are you talking about April Ryan? Hi, Kay.
I mean, it wasn't in his... Of course, she wasn't around. It wasn't in his toxicology, whatever.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what it would really do. Why would
My mom wants to know if you can confirm that, or she just got here. So we're scroll trolls. That's what we do. We're not trolls. We're just invested a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, she's like us. We're like, what? Huh? What'd they say?
Yeah.
Know, you're just not even listening or not, you know, you're doing something else and then something just catches your attention.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, Carrie Ann. I had to scroll way to 9:45 for Carrie.
I can't listen to Oh,
I don't know. I don't think we ever knew what was going through that woman's head. Really, I don't want to.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah.
So
Okay.
at Carolyn Dillman, if you can let us know where you heard that from, because like, look, I'm the same way. I know if I heard it or if I remember it, and I actually am like, hey, I remember when Melanie Gibb was saying that she was supposed to marry Alex, and she was like, no. So it has to be something. I just don't remember where. I don't know.
I do remember Olin Mills.
Oh, me too.
My mom used to make us get our pictures there so we could look like a perfect matchy family.
Oh, no, Mom.
Yeah,
Mom,
Charles. Or no, wait.
I look like a golden girl. My
Yeah,
mom.
Gary. I don't know why I called you. Yeah, hand to the square. In the name of Jesus Christ, I command you to leave.
Yeah, that
I
is
know that, and I've never been to the temple.
I call him Proud Shroud. That's Proud Shroud. You put your right arm to the square. But I mean, come on. We've all seen The Exorcist. Yeah, I have holy water over there. I mean, now I look at it, I'm like, I don't know. I believe in God. I believe he's in my heart. I believe he made my heart. So he knows it. I don't have to talk. We're here. I cut out the middleman.
Yeah.
I don't know. She don't have to eat.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what they've been trying to do.
Trying to feed her
to eat. Yeah, I just ran across the Olin Mills picture. That's my brother. And it's Olin Mills. I just happened to see that.
Look, like business in the front, party in the back. Mullet.
It's a Malay.
Oh, Malay.
I just say Malay because it's funnier. But that's Todd. When he was little. Oh God. Okay, yeah. Oh God. That's me. I'm Powder. And that's my brother. Holy crap. He's a little Chuck. We both are. We both chunkers.
Oh, I was.
Sorry, Mom. Man. That's nuts.
I would like to see Lori go to jail in Maricopa County.
Oh, yeah, with Jody.
And maybe that one, even though I don't like him, but maybe that one sheriff can come back.
She'll get married 500 more times. Mom, so like, I've heard the term get thrown under the bus so many times. Yeah. Can we just borrow a bus back or something? Please. I think it would just make a statement just to slide up into the courthouse in one of the damn Timses. My parents owned a transportation company and they used to have buses. And so everybody's like, they're throwing each other under the bus. And I'm like, I want a bus right now so bad.
Yes, we do need to meet one day. You should come to Salt Lake. We could go to Temple Square together.
Y'all can come here and we can just.
I know. I've always wanted to go to New Orleans.
And stuff. And any bus can be a party bus. I remember for a company party or whatever, Larry, was driving because you don't drink and drive. But anyways, he don't drink. But anyways, me and Mom were in the back of the bus and we looked like cocktail. We were singing drinks or Coyote Blues, whatever. We were just throwing drinks up to the, all the employees and stuff. It was fun. I don't know if she remembers that. I'm sure. I rarely remember fun things anymore, it seems.
Yeah, Michelle and I met on a party bus to Wendover, Utah.
Look at you.
Yep. And I thought she was an alcoholic because she brought her own hooch.
Oh.
And I was like,
right?
I don't know about that because I'm not a big drinker. And
I always thought I had like fat cheeks, even when I was, a little kid. I hate, they're real high. People pay for this. No, bus driver was not drinking. No. But anyways.
No, that would be bad.
That's why we took the bus so the employees could actually not have to drive. And
The
That's what
mean
it became
chat
a
date.
party
Are you talking
bus.
about the chin one?
Huh?
Sorry. I'm reading. Someone said something and I was like gonna answer it and I forgot. Sorry.
Braggadocious and we.
Crap.
Oh, well, I'm doing the leggings. I'm wearing leggings right now.
Lori and Chud aren't leaving Idaho for a long time unless they get sent over to specialists. You know who I want to evaluate Laura Hort is Dr. Gardner. There's a doctor in Utah. He did Brian David Mitchell. He did the Lafferty brothers. I want him to evaluate.
He was like, they're competent.
Yep, he ruled them all competent because they all have these crazy beliefs, but they know what they're doing.
So that is an issue. What is that line? When does it become psychological or, a mental problem or extremism? Whoa. That's
well, the fact that she was going around planning it and then doing
exhibiting the patterns, right?
Calling the life insurance, all of that. She could still have a mental illness. I mean, my guess is it's a personality disorder, but you know when you do right and wrong unless you are really, really sick. And she wasn't really sick. She was fine putting on her spandex and her makeup and her hair every morning.
Oh, right. Yeah, she looked pretty rough though in that chair when she was meditating.
Yeah. I just wanted, like when she wiped the tear like once, I was like, what is that for?
I think she had an eye booger, maybe. From all the laughing she was doing. Hi, sorry, neighbor. All that and they all laughed and they all just were. It was so weird. It's just so weird. Like if my doctor died and I still cry. I'm still like, oh, and it's just, it sucks. It's weird.
It was rough to listen to. I listened to Adam's interview.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought, and here's where I get mad and where I'm just going to say
it. I mean, say
this has everything to do with the Mormon Church.
Yep.
Okay, one, Charles was killed because of his religious beliefs. He believed in the mainstream church. He was killed because of that, because he tried to get help. And he went to a bishop, he went to the president. He was trying to get help. And you rely in the church, you rely on your leaders to have power of discernment, which is basically they can tell good from evil. And
we learned that as
kids. Everything he could.
We learned that as children to go to a teacher, a fireman. I never taught my kids to be scared of cops. And the investigators were like, when they were talking about the victim services, they were like, not a cop. It's not a police. I was like, why are you saying that? That's kind of weird.
Yeah, because people don't trust cops. And even that, the law enforcement was Mormon.
And whatever, but if they can just be normal.
Well, I guess she lied. And like, well, what was the harm in just taking her Tampa recommend away? Like, there was no harm in that. You should have just taken it, even if you believed her lying.
I don't know.
Yeah, read your scriptures, pay your tithing. Always pay your tithing.
It's not even, and it's the tithing's not even just 10% of your income, right? It's like 10% of, like, I guess your net worth.
No, I mean, it can be different people. So like, there's this whole, like, if you pay it on the gross, you're even better. Like, because most people pay it on the net. But if you pay it on the gross, you're an even better Mormon. Like,
I gotta get the name off of the, I tried asking, or I asked Mom if she could remember what the storage food looked like. And,
Provident Living. It's Provident Living.
To, kind of, she'll think of it one day. I'm random like that too. I'm like, oh, it's just a open tabs everywhere.
Yeah. And
then ever since this happened, I turned every location service on I could possibly find. I'm just like, yep, on, accurate, on. So now everybody knows that. Anyways, but I'm just like, I'm going down. I'm going to ping my ass off. I'll be pinging. They're going to know where to locate my butt. So.
Yes. Oh, that was one thing after listening to that really horrible story.
Which
What
one?
do you think his kids think now?
I can't think for them too.
I mean,
I've thought about
what
them.
do you say in the South? Bless their soul. Bless your soul. Bless your heart. In the South, what do you say when it's like, bless your heart?
Or yeah, I mean, some people.
Yeah, probably not. They probably don't.
I say shy baby or oh shy baby or oh shy. You know, I'm just like oh shy baby. You know, I'm coon ass, so that's how we roll. Or bless your heart. We don't. We're not really. I don't say that too much. I'm still looking for that video because I'm stuck at multitasking.
See, and I didn't think he sounded confused.
Who?
Adam on the call.
It's also where he came from.
I felt that he was in a lot of. I don't know if he was still in a lot of shock, but I can't imagine just like having your parents and family just suddenly decide that they don't want to talk to you because you're advocating for the person that was paying for their shit.
But was he? I mean, I'm just throwing this out there. And anybody's welcome to do the same on me. You know, I'm not throwing shade. I'm stating what I see or what I saw in this. You know, my opinion. Whew. I do still have one, right? I'm allowed to share. But like, it just seemed, I forgot because I went to over-explain just the way he comes from the same family. And so, like I say, Tammy, Chad, and the siblings, they're not children. They're siblings. I'm trying to say that a lot because I know they're children. They're children. But they're adults. And so, anyways, I'm just trying to change my vocabulary. But they're under the cult. When we're born, we're under the cult of our parents, right? I mean, that is the only way. That's the only world we know is what we're taught. Then you go to school. So then that starts attributing to and factoring into your, molding who you become, what you see, what you're exposed to, what you're not exposed to. And then so on and so on. And so like, they're under the cult of their dad. And I mean, I'm saying, how do we know that Tammy didn't somewhat believe in this, or did she just brush it off or whatever? I'm not saying nothing bad has been said.
Right.
Nothing negative has ever been said about Tammy. Her sister, she went dark too, you know. I was like, wow. Oh, shy baby.
So I sound like a dork.
Yeah.
Look like that.
Oh, what did y'all think about J Mal? J Mal.
Didn't I think I vented to you about that one.
He looked a little scared, a little timid. He wasn't like at his riot rally.
Yeah, he's so, the reason why these people are so like, well, they don't want to get in trouble with the law, but also they know that I think now there is attention on them from other people in the church.
Yeah.
Maybe not their particular.
But no. So then how are Jason Mal's books still being sold at the Deseret bookstore?
No. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying that they're trying to distance themselves because they want to.
Which is why he wasn't in the circuit this year. He wasn't at the expo that happened on drum roll, September 23rd on a Thursday. If you go back and look at all the Preparing of People flyers, which they've parted from, but we know by the patterns. That's what I call them, patterns. It was never a Thursday. I'm just saying that's a little odd, and I so wanted to be there. We thought about it.
I did.
I mean, just show up and Prepper's going to prep.
If I'd had my booster and I didn't have people in my house that were immunocompromised, I probably would have gone. But we can still stream it. We just have to buy it.
I always felt that okay, Rowan says, did you guys find any proof that Charles and Tammy were in contact? We have now, but I just always felt that, I always felt that Uncle Charles at least got to her. I don't know if they reciprocated. I don't know what Mom knows either. Never.
No, Trisha, I don't. I think they were into freaky deaky stuff.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I just think it's interesting that all of a sudden she's like, I thought that was so weird and I was so tired. And
but $85 an hour for a cuddle.
Why? You weren't in their way. They thought you were fine and dandy with your earthquake causing skills. Like,
that's why she's a vibrator. That explains the bed wedding sheets and everything. There you go. I said it. Oh.
Yeah, I know.
Out there. Exactly. My parents were dancing on Saturday nights. They drank, and my dad just didn't want to stop. My brother and I had to. Oh, did I? Sorry. Did I break in?
Yeah.
Because I just click. I'm trigger happy.
I'm just trying to read because there's so many good comments and questions even. Okay. I am like Jason Mount. Yeah, he is a church employee. He's a church employee.
Seminary teacher.
As far as I know.
Teaching the youth. Oh my God.
And then he's like, all these people, these internet people, they want.
He said all these kids.
Yeah.
And Jason had to calm me down. I was like, boy, he picked some bad choice of words. Bad choice of words. And yes, Jason, you were there. Here, and here. I've got them memorized.
I barely know him, really, because in the podcast you were talking about being gatherers together.
Yeah, the four corners.
Yeah, and then he's like, "Oh, I wiped all those podcasts." It's like, well, I wonder why you did that.
But we have the descriptions, and we know better. And so, since the Book of Mormon blog put out that, whatever, I got a notification as of September 3rd. Rod Meldrum, let me pull it up. I'm legit gonna pull that up because we need to hear that out loud, because it's just like, how sketch can you be? Y'all are too easy. Y'all need to at least step up the game a little bit.
Yeah.
Now I'm just like, pattern.
Yeah, right, he's still doing his he's still speaking at youth conferences, which scares me.
This has moved on. This is still going.
Yeah, they're not stopping. They've got protection from people.
Yes.
There's always been this shadow element. These people
they're good at making, okay. Oh, when they tied, what do you get? It's always, what do you get when you take somebody they don't like with the new somebody they don't like? You get this. What do you that's how we got to Mike Stroud. What do you get when you take Denver Snuffer and Robert?
Chadiro.
No. Well, yeah. But Denver Snuffer, guys, y'all, I have watched, trust me, I was on him a long time ago. And I've been watching The Doctrine of Christ is the name of I'm not gonna call it, it's not a cult. They're mainstream. There you go. They're mainstream. Yeah. In my opinion, they are mainstream. He's not trying to be a prophet. He's like, don't follow me. He's very transparent. They are canonizing their own doctrine. Yes, they are. Denver Snuffer, I actually want to reach out to him and see if he would maybe want to talk, and I feel like he should be able to clear his name or at least plead his side. I mean, we were all kind of, sleuthing and stuff. I probably know more about him than he does.
You probably do.
Out there. I'm not gonna read his book or anything, but I've watched. They still have their thing, YouTube videos. But I also, there was one that came out, and it's called Zombre, ZOMBREDOC. And I was like, what the hell kind of channel name is that? And it is the same term. So it's somebody who was just like, this is what it is, without coming forward, because they're scared to death. I get it. Look at Gabby Petito, holy crap. At least we had to stay home because we were under coronavirus, or they would have got mobbed pretty much, I mean, it's a blessing and a curse, in my opinion. It can go both ways. The social media and stuff like that. It's a tool. It's a very, very important tool. But then you see cases like Don Wells, and you're like, oh, okay, that's where it went south. That's where. But it's great for mass information. It is, and your adrenaline. I think I still have the adrenaline. Sometimes I'm just like,
yeah. You guys, your adrenal glands are gonna be like empty by the time he's
there. Yeah,
because I can't imagine just that constant
for over a year or so. Just holy crap! I mean, the urgency was just to get. Hey, Stephanie May. Yeah, Stephanie May. I wanted to reach out to Stephanie May. She is in one of the, I want to say, Doomsday Facebook admins, I think. I'm not sure. I really kind of try to stay away from Facebook a lot now, but she lost her daughter. And I felt so bad because mom messaged me and told me, and I don't know how to react. I just sit there and I stare at it, and I'm just like, I should be able to tell her, I should be able to say something, but I cannot physically, mentally form the words. And as much as I appreciate what you do here, and for them, for us, I just I feel like I owe you the world, and I just couldn't say anything besides, my prayers are with you. And I hate being watered down like that, because I'm deep, I'm methodical, and I like to give you my full attention. So I am very terribly sorry to hear that. And we'll get through this together. You never get over it. But she was beautiful. So anyways, and so yeah. Do apologize. Yeah. Oh, look, there's Crazy Julie. No, I'm just picking at it. I haven't been able to read my comments, but I keep seeing the headliner, and she's like, I know I'm going off, and I'm like, oh goodness, I don't even know what's going on. In the regular comments. Anyways, come on. I am looking. I have so much stuff. Kresha.
Are you just talking about the blog post?
Oh, let me just go to the website.
BookofMormonEvidence.com.
Oh, we get out of plugs, girl.
Yeah.
I'm just picking.
Jason Mao is a Spartan. Yeah.
Spartan. I have that.
You've ever been on his social media page? It's
there aren't any.
No. Just no. Yeah, Stephanie, I don't know you, but I am really sorry to hear that. And it sucks.
I find comfort knowing that she's there with our babies and my uncle and Tammy and Joe and everybody else. They're there, and so I find I know I'm not that I'm supposed to find comfort in it, but I do, because she came from you.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Let me know if there's anything that we can do for you. I'm a big helper. I love to help. Mom does too. Like, we're all helpers, and so it's like you don't really even know you don't know how to ask for help because you just never have. I never have.
Yeah.
Not like, hey, I need help. But today, talking to Robbie, I was like, I really need help.
Yeah.
Technologically, he's like, gotcha. And I'm like, oh, I feel so much better because I know that relief is on its way, and he'll get this where it's a well-oiled machine. Whew, Lord. But and so thank goodness for that. Like I say, I always thank everybody for their time. Time is something that you can never replace. It has no value. It's invaluable. You can't put a price on it, in my opinion. Like, I get pissed off if somebody wastes my time. Oh my God, I'm like, are you serious? Anyways, so I try not to do the same except for when I'm stutter stepping like I am now. But anyways, everybody who contributes just with their time, thank you.
Yeah.
That's what I have to say about that. It's I finally got to the website. Woohoo, we're getting closer.
Yes, thank you, Robbie, for doing
That's
that.
not very
No, that's not.
That's not very
You want to summarize it?
No, that's the latest ones. I get one every day.
Oh yeah.
You can do.
Oh, I get
the one. I'm like, I forward them. I'm like, oh my God, look at this.
Yeah.
Look at that.
It's just interesting because they make themselves seem so normal, and I think that's what draws people in. Like, it starts with a kernel, and then
they. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, it adds just enough credibility for people to start believing them. So,
right.
Casting out spirits is in the temple ceremony to a degree, and it is in old doctrines. So, you start with that, and it might be believable, and then you just add one more thing, and then you add one more thing, and these people feed off each other. We've all seen it, and
it's the Folie, the mass. It's the mass.
Yes.
What, I forget words. So mass.
It's Lord of the Flies.
Hysteria.
Is how I feel. Yeah. Charles, I knew the minute I heard about Charles that I don't know how, but I was like, there's no, there's
no crying in baseball.
There's no crying in baseball.
He played baseball.
Yeah. No, I was
remember
when I told you when we were talking, and it was like one of the first times we talked, I was like, there's absolutely no way that what they said is true. No. Like, when they said it was a Nephi Laban ending, I immediately was like,
I didn't know. I'm like, who is that?
Yeah.
Is what I am. And I'm still like, really don't quite get it. I don't have to. Like, that wasn't my mission in this. Mine was just to, I just went looking, seeking. I got all the way back to the Greek gods. I was like, it just echoes through time. And, they're doing it here and there. And the philosophy, I never paid attention or I was never this driven because I didn't have so much hurt, anger, pain. It'll make you, I'd have sold my soul to find if it meant that they would be alive. I would, and
you have to be able to just channel it.
Yeah. And
that's why we did a foundation, was so that we could channel that.
Mine was
devastation.
The power is knowledge. Knowledge is power. And so I want to learn everything about the one thing I know nothing about. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Stay in your lane, stay in mine, don't hurt nobody, I won't hurt nobody. We're good. Do whatever. I get the pattern. I get why. And this is where I am sensitive to them, compassionate, is that, they really were not, just because their belief system is different and odd and not mainstream per se, when it originated, still not, because they don't accept it. Just had society accepted plural marriage or whatever, I don't care. Marry 8,000 people. I don't care. To each their own. I'm not a judge. I'm not going to judge you. Just don't hurt anybody, and let them be over 18 years old and be of willing. That's all I'm saying. Don't hurt anybody. And as long as they believe that way too, then fine, go on. But they instead had to do things in secret.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've done that. No, Mom, no. Yes, I'm in fact doing that.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna tell you no, because whatever. And it's oh my God, it just, that behavior, that pattern just shows over and over and over again. And so that's where they went antitrust. I feel like that's when they were like can't trust the government, because then we'll get in trouble for practicing our beliefs. And then it's like they got intertwined into the Constitution, very intertwined with that.
Yeah.
A lot of impression with that. There's a lot. These people are deep. But they like to talk, and they like to blog. There's some bloggers. Bloggers gonna blog. This one right here.
PCMC, is that Utah? I just saw Primary Children's. We were like this with Primary Children's when my son was small.
See it. Where PC
or well, PCMC is Primary Children's Medical Center.
Oh, I went to see some.
Primary Children's there is a Primary Children's in Utah, so I was just wondering if that was in Utah. We've had good experiences there.
I mean, I want to know more. I really do, and so, how can we know unless we ask? And I got so tired of, it's not mainstream. Well, I know it's not. I know it's
right.
It's perversion. I know it's twisted. I know it's a little bit of this and a little bit of that. However, you can't not talk about it, and it sucks. Oh my! I'm like, could we have picked the word? Oh my God, we have got to talk about this. That is the worst thing. Politics. There's a song by Sammy Kershaw, and it's called Politics, Religion, and Her. Those are the three things you don't talk about. And those are the three things we freaking talk about, pretty much.
Yeah.
So, and murder. Add murder and children on top of that. So, I got a little confused, a little standoffish, when we could never discuss the religion thing, but it's okay for us to come into these chat rooms and this community formed because of these babies.
Yeah.
We talk about it. We have to, because we want to understand. We want to know. Does it feel good? No. Is it enjoyable? Nope. But is it necessary? You're damn right it is. So if I can put my big girl panties on and put my shit to the side, that's all I ask. I'm not coming in here to battle. I'm not coming in here to point fingers and
right.
There's no blame. I know who the blame goes to. They earned that. Got the Oscar and everything. I just that's all I ask, is just treat me as I would treat you, and you would do it too. I mean, they're not related to you, and here you are. You know, like I'm talking really mainly about that one comment I got. And I was just like,
the one that we were
dang,
talking about last week.
Yeah, I mean, that person, I forgot their name. But anyways, that person was just ignorant. Everything that they said is a projection of what they feel about themselves. Because nowhere did I attack the church. Never.
No.
Now, did I find a card in my living room? Yep, that's true.
And that, you know, you have a right to be a little like,
I mean, suspicious, yeah.
Okay.
It's called Avoid End.
Yeah, that was an interesting article. Like,
Yeah.
basically,
So this
that's a
isn't
way
the
to
one.
distance, but they're doing the same thing.
Okay, so this was July 18th, 2021. This is how they deal with their problems. This is how they address problems, unless you're a LeBaron. If you're a LeBaron, then and you were your mainstream church excommunicated this dangerous, murderous offshoot, Ervil LeBaron, 28
long
people
fucking time
that
ago.
he didn't murder, allegedly. 40 years, and 9 women and children were murdered, gunned down. I mean, it's heinous. Just like right back in 2018, Mexico, Texan border, and the church made. They gave them they addressed them. Sorry for your loss, but I have it right over
but
there.
we don't practice polygamy because they're always really sensitive about that.
And so that's you threw them under the bus a long time ago, and have been, I'm sure. I wasn't there at the time, so I can't say without a doubt. I can't say for sure, but I mean, I'm only assuming. That's weird to me. To me, that's like,
No,
hey,
it's
hey,
absolutely.
hey, brother, we must keep our dealings and our, the show.
Well, nothing at conference. You say, oh, we can't be in these digital tribes, but you don't clarify what you mean. Do you mean these like
media
Celiac groups? Do you mean these extremist groups, or do you mean like the liberals? Because you're also constantly talking about how everybody needs to be with people of the same mindset and you can't be intellectual. And so what are you talking about?
Repressed.
You know, I just get so sick of the vagueness. And then all it would take,
passive aggressive,
a 5-minute statement at the very beginning saying, we are so sorry.
Peace be with you. Whatever. I don't, just something. And I'm telling you, that's what, hey guys, it didn't work. Not over here. If you're listening, just saying, it drew me right to you.
Right.
I was like, their silence is deafening. And I have nothing. These are some beautiful people. They don't. I'm going to help the best I can. I'm going to help each and every one. And they can. We'll get through this together. That's just the only way I can say it. I don't really think it's just a Mormon thing. That she says the Mormons notoriously project their issues onto others.
Yeah, there's a persecution.
Yes. But I think that's just people. That's narcissism at its finest.
Yeah.
I mean, really, basically, it is the same patterns. Just take away the M word or the L word, not yours, but you know what I mean, LDS.
I'm sorry, members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
I don't have time for all that. I'm thirsty again. Yeah,
I know.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, a 15-minute talk, and I'll be done. A 15-minute talk about why you have to say members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, and why you have to refer to the church as the Church of Jesus Christ.
I'll do it out of respect.
A 15-minute talk. All you had to say in a 2 minutes of a 20-minute talk.
No, if they haven't said my family's name.
No, that's what I mean.
So I'm not. I mean, no, I am. I'm going to be respectful because I was raised different. I come from a different breed, obviously. And
I don't think it's being disrespectful.
I'm not going to show hate. I'm going to treat them with respect, just like I say things, though. I'm like, I'll go slash the damn tires. I am not, but I never mean it. I say
Yeah.
I'll take the whole damn transmission,
But
I
it's
talk
not
crazy, but I don't
disrespectful to
mean it.
call someone out and to say this is wrong.
Right.
That
John
to me
Claire
is not
saying their names the
disrespectful.
other day, I wanted to reach through the screen and hug him really tightly with my hand.
Yeah.
I'm like, you never say their names. You better go talk to the other judge and start TR and JV and don't say their names now. You rip their memorial down. Beckmont. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah. I just think all that they had to do is when they talked about digital tribes and stuff is to say we have an extremist problem. We've updated policies. We have to talk about it. 4 of our members were brutally murdered. So fine, you don't want to associate the Mormon Church with Chad and Lori. Then associate
how you do it.
People that died.
No, you're no longer receiving that
respect.
money. You're at least not receiving that money anymore. And I'm telling you, when I heard that rumor that I never confirmed, so this is, it was just something I heard, and it was something that creator had heard too. So, but I didn't realize until I actually heard them say, something that they had talked about or heard talks of putting a memorial out at BYUI, and I was like, I think my head did spin a couple of times, and I was like, no, you're not, nope, you're not getting that tax write-off.
Yeah, Marie,
you don't get to say their names now. I'm not saying it's never too late. I'm not saying it's never too late. You can always swallow your pride, soften your heart. You
can.
Pretend it's your family.
Yeah, Marie,
Anyways.
it's so frustrating when you have an entire town in pain and you have families that were left behind. And when I saw the link to the Mormon Church on Tylee's Instagram, and when I heard about Charles and him converting and the faith he had, and then JJ hearing about studying his scriptures, and
Mom told me that they'd go to get in bed, and she said, I didn't know that, until she shared that, and I was like, it makes me want to cry
because do you think if a Baptist or a Catholic had murdered them, do you think the Mormon Church would say something?
Look, y'all, and
yes,
I've been seeing stories about with the Catholic, and I don't have time. I would do a story on it. It's just like I have too much stuff going on. But yes, it's gross. It's freaking gross. It's perverted all the way around. It's by man. Man has perverted it. So I think it's just safer for me to stay closer with the relationship I've been maintaining with my God.
Yeah.
I seem to not be degressing. I seem to be, moving forward and maturing, getting old and gray hairs and thin hair. My hair's never been thin till now. Anyways, kind of weird. Stressful. It's stress. I'm broke out. I never break out. It's nuts.
So I've been through a really bad year in 2019. I had a lot of, not anywhere near but it aged me 5 years. It really does.
It's and it's not over. We're still in it. We're still we're never gonna.
Yeah.
I can't say we. I know that this is. I told Jason the other day. I said, this shit is never gonna leave my life. I think it was whenever it was a cinema. It's just I don't know. It's gonna be something that I'm gonna think about until God takes me and I get to see him.
Yeah.
That would be the best outcome.
I thought it was Henry VIII that split off
did some
and
crazy
called it
crazy.
Church of England.
Yeah, me and Mom used to love watching Big Love, y'all. I'm not playing.
A lot of
I would
it's
go to
true.
her, Big Love. We'd go, I'd go to her house on whatever HBO night, and we watched it. And then after this stuff happened, and I'm just like anything and everything that I can cram, read, write at the same time, whatever, I'm doing it. And I I rewatched it. I crammed every freaking episode. I did sleep through a couple. And it meant something totally different watching it all over again, knowing more about the religion, although it is sensationalized. I get it. But like, I remember at the end, I forget her name, Jean Triplehorn, or I don't remember her character name, but she had the priesthood power. You know, I was like, oh,
Well,
I got
Mormon women
chills
have
on that
priesthood
because
power.
that's
They have priesthood power in the mainstream church. Priesthood authority is a separate thing.
not for women.
No, they do have priesthood power. They don't have priesthood authority.
Healing. Oh,
What?
my bad.
No, they have. So women have priesthood power.
Okay.
Men have priesthood authority and priesthood power. Priesthood power doesn't allow you to bless people and do all
Unless
those
it's your
things.
husband or your kids, right?
It allows you to use that priesthood. It's really, okay, here's the thing. It's really just a bullshit way of telling women that they also have authority when they don't.
Yeah, you're equal too.
But they do have priesthood power. They can actually, I did read an article that said that Mormon women can bless, like if they have a child that is sick, they can.
Like we heard in the interviews, Adam in the audio saying that
oh, she just had a link to, it was LDS.org. I just saw it. And I thought how sad it was that she loved her church so much.
Oh, yeah. It was in her background. Her, what do you call that? Profile, channel art, picture, whatever. And, oh, man, I forgot what we were talking about.
We're talking about priesthood and Jean Triplehorn.
Right. Oh, and Adam was saying, you know, wasn't it Adam in the audio? And he was saying, you know, he was saying that she's given blessings and that she was more special than we are. That's what he said. I'm paraphrasing. And he was like, Tylee was sick. And so everybody, you know, I need to listen to it a thousand more times for me to have it memorized.
I love Idaho Rebel Girl. I love that username. Your comments are good too. I remember when they did that temple ceremony in Big Love and people flipped out because they were like, they just revealed Mormon temple ceremonies. And I was like, oh, that's old news, guys. Like, Mormon temple ceremonies were revealed. I mean, guys, sorry. They didn't reveal anything.
And so that's also the other thing that I asked you the other day when I was like, okay, I think I figured out what separates the temple from the church. You know, and everybody do your own research. That's all I can say. I can't put that kind of stuff out there.
Yeah.
I don't want to. I didn't take the oath. Okay, but this I do want to share. This is something that they included in that. It's BOF film, which is Book of Mormon Evidence. But anyways, I mean, it's, oh my God, I hate the mirroring thing. Okay. All right. And so this was how to avoid end time deception. It's listed, it's tagged under evil, last days, and progressive doctrine. So just know where we're going with this. Keys for avoiding deception, exposing an anti-Mormon evil group by Ryan Nelson. He is also in the Preparing People flyers who are separated from the Jameses. Allegedly. No, that's not alleged. That's for sure. And they have a picture of a billboard. Mormon Stories is an apostate. Okay. So, but then you click that, and usually that's my little nuggets. That's I'm a treasure digger too. Woo woo. Anyways, basically, I'm not gonna read everything because it's this long. The purpose of this blog is to make my readers aware of the new evil that is before us. Okay. It's behind you too. It's happening now. Okay. A man named Phil Davis. This is who Portal Guy is. I was like, oh my God, that's Portal Guy. Been trying to, find out who this dude was. He's actually not a bad looking dude, but he owned a chocolate factory. Anyways, so Phil Davis and his group called Doctrine of Christ, as he is up to deceiving the elite, the vulnerable, or anyone who will listen. Count me in. Please avoid him just as you are avoiding the Denver Snuffer, Mormon Stories with John Dehlin, Jeremy Runnels with the CES letter, and other evil anti-Mormon groups. Okay, if you would like to know details of these groups and others who are anti-Mormon, please contact our wonderful friend, Hannah Stoddard. They prayed her out like a little... Anyways, at hannah.josephsmithfoundation@gmail.com.
That is just...
And bam, that tells me right there.
Yeah, we can't see it. Or I can't see it.
I mean, but it's... it is...
I want to know how come they used that. You would think they wouldn't be able to use that.
Exactly. So that's endorsed, my friends, and from where I come from,
They have a copyright on that.
Well,
they also have a copyright on the word Mormon, so that's why I.
So every time if you hashtag it or anything, yes, it will stunt your growth.
Hannah Stoddard is with the Joseph Smith Foundation.
Yes. She's also attending the expos. She's I guess I don't really know much about her except for she
does a lot of research
on science. Okay. Well, they found the lost 116 pages, guys. I'm telling you, this is a movement. It just so happened to be going on with this group affiliated with it as this happened. It's like it was God's plan. I always felt from the very beginning of this that, and I couldn't fathom it at all. I was like, but my gut instinct was saying that Charles, Tylee, and JJ, everybody's deaths, that's my family. Their deaths were going to uncover something so much more dark and so much more sinister. Those exact words. And I was just like, no way. No, there's nothing more dark, nothing more sinister than this. But then, that I knew also in my heart that they wouldn't be in vain, So just through my research, through all of our research, because there's no I in team. There is an M and an E, though. Anyways, no.
Yeah.
But, I mean, through all this, we've progressed this far. That's, all this way. We've gained a lot of ground, and I'm not ignorant in it anymore. Now, I'm not. Jen is the one to go to for scripture and, like, the who and the whens and the hows and the wheres. And I
hope my seminary teacher in high school is listening to that right now.
They are? You hope?
Well, I was not a lost cause. Well, I kind of was.
No.
He didn't like me because I slept.
And this says official position of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
Oh, they're claiming
we urge church members to be cautious about participating in any group that promises, in exchange for money, miraculous healings, or the claims to have special methods for accessing healing power outside of properly ordained priesthood holders. Said church spokesman Eric Hawkins. Eric Hawkins said that. Okay. Then they go back to Boyd Packer. He's 1974. Okay.
Yeah, because it's convenient.
Then they try to sell their books on how not to be duped. Okay, they had to put their plug in. Okay.
Right.
Among the Latter-day Saints, the preaching of false doctrines disguised as truths of the gospel may be expected from people of two classes, and practically from these only. They are, first, in red, the hopelessly ignorant, whose lack of intelligence is due to their indolence and sloth.
Ooh.
Oh, I know quite a bit. Anyways, who make but feeble effort, if needed any at all, to better themselves by reading and study. I do. Boo boo. Those who are afflicted with a dread disease that may develop into an incurable malady, laziness. I think I'm saying that right. I don't know. Second, the proud and self-vaunting ones. I wonder if that's a link. Nope. All right. Who read by the lamp of their own conceit. This sounds like his novel thingy. Who interpret by rules of their own contriving, who have become a law unto themselves, and so pose as the sole judges of their own doings. I think that stands for everybody. We're kind of our own bosses. PSA, public service announcement. I am the boss of me. You're the boss of you. Okay. All right. Second, all right. This is where I'm not going to read after this because, like I said, it's long. You can go read where it says, "What do you get when you combine Chad, Daybell, and Snuffer?"
Yeah.
But I don't know. This is like 38 church policies and guidelines. Okay, let's see. General Handbook, which year? I don't know. Which edition? Serving in the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Church members are discouraged from seeking miraculous or supernatural healing from an individual or group that claims to have special methods for accessing healing power outside of prayer and properly perform priesthood blessings. These practices are often referred to as energy healing. Culprit. That damn energy healing gets you every damn time.
You know what's weird?
Other names are used. Other names are also used. I hope they name drop them. Such promises for healing are often given in exchange for money. Isn't that tithing? Or something?
I don't know, but the same group has a lot of energy healers that they hire.
Or whatever.
Yeah.
Again, excommunication, that word to an out. I was talking to Jen about that. I was like, but that word to me, even though it's changed, I'm always going to call it that because I, before this, did not know a damn thing about Mormonism or anything like that. And I do my very best. And I try to keep a level head, fair. I check myself all the time. I'm like, am I wrong for, is this right? Is this wrong? I'm always bouncing off somebody. I've listened to many people, not just one source.
Yeah.
I've listened to X. I've listened to practicing. General Conference. I've been catching some of those until these came out. But anyways, I have collectively gathered my data, and I'm glad I learned this way. I'm glad, instead of somebody just telling me and then just having to settle for that. I'm not settling. Everybody else can settle, but I'm just going to keep on trucking until my gut says, okay, you're done. So anyways, oh God, I suck. I'm a tangent. I am a tangent. I'm a gospel tangent. The word excommunication means nothing to me. I don't even know. First off, I had to look it up. I was like, what does that mean? Okay. Second, once I did look it up, I found out what it meant. I was like, ooh, that's bad. It's frowned upon. Well, yeah, it is. my satellite, I shouldn't be on Wi-Fi, but anyways, so okay, so when they say, actually, they don't even say excommunicated. They don't let you know. So it's not even somewhere I can go and look it up. It has to be released or learned because they, like Eric Smith, he said that I watched the live show, or not live show, but when it dropped, I watched every one of their damn shows with my eyes closed. Anyways, and he was really upset. He worked for the church. I mean, for the school. Eric Smith. Huh? BYUI. Anyways, and so I learned that because he revealed it. I learned about Denver Snuffer because I looked it up on Wikipedia. And then after I started reading his blog and everything, he was actually a convert, and he just wasn't picking up what they were putting down. He's not an apostate. He's just someone who thinks differently. That's all. He's mainstream, in my opinion. Maybe he don't believe in polygamy part, which I don't care either way. Again, to each their own. Just don't marry my daughter. I'll kick her ass.
Yeah.
And hers. I'll kick everybody's ass. But anyways,
history.
There will be no ass kicking here.
Yeah.
It just is horrible. And I feel a lot of compassion. I feel betrayed, even because these are leaders. I can't imagine going through my entire life just knowing that is all I know to be my life, only to find out that I've been lied to. I can't imagine. So everybody, I can't imagine the pain. I need to finish sentences, I know. And so I really do feel a lot of compassion, and I really, when I figured it out, and for myself, I was like, okay, now it's time to, and then regroup, get your bearings a little bit. And I just really think God was working on me this time so that I could show compassion, to these people who are just thinking for themselves. So my heart breaks I cry. Like, it bothers me because that is somebody that's like the Pope to the Catholics. That is whatever, peach to whatever. However it is your source, I can't imagine. So that's where I tie in the Daybell siblings. And if it's 98% populated of any one thing, can you imagine 98% energy healers? Would nobody be sick ever? I'm just saying it's the Folie thing, and it just catches on, and fear mongering, and you have to pay tithing, you have to be a humble and obedient. You cannot don't go look on the internet. That is where the information station is.
Only on the church's website.
Right.
Which changes on a daily basis.
Which I had to sign up for in the beginning under.
That's how you got that
card. Under the name K. Right. I was like,
Yeah.
But then when I realized what, I was like, no. And yeah. I just wanted to know. I've signed up for so many things. It's unreal. And I'm still like, I need to go and cancel that and this and that and that and that. Yeah. And it's nuts. But just, I see that it's the same behavioral patterns. The bite model, I think that could be tweaked a little bit. I really do. Because Gary Chadwick, Good night, Miss Julie Mitchell. Love you. Thanks for being here. The bite model, and I've thought about this, and I really, I respect Mr. Rick Ross, and the other guy, Steve, Hussein, I can't say it right.
Hassan.
Yeah, him. I just, when I found out the background of Rick Ross, and even how he was when people were asking him, "Is this a cult?" and he was just like, everybody was dumbing it down. Everybody was nobody wanted to acknowledge it except for Vinny Politan or whatever on court. He was like, "Cult mom," It's like, good, calm down, Vinny. But nobody wanted to acknowledge it, and people that would say, "Well, Chad's not whatever charismatic." I'm like, it didn't make him any less deadly.
Right.
And would it have stopped? No. No. They had a list. They were checking it twice and scratching some off and writing some in. I'm sure. I don't know. That'll be interesting. My mom is on that list, My nephew was on that list, or whatever. Whatever.
I just want to know what Gabe Bonilla has to.
Gabe Bonilla, it just seems like some of these people, these people, like when Jason Mao said that he was being harassed and not being able to be at his speaking engagements. I was
here's
like,
what I have to say about that.
Because you're a shitty person. Allegedly, somebody who said, I was asking for a friend. Anyways, but that's my thing is just nobody is stepping up. Everybody is hiding behind Christ. That bothers me. And it's not just you're Christ. He's mine. And that to me is the most cowardly, dangerous type of people ever. Because if you're going to do some crappy stuff and then throw Jesus in the mix, to me, that is just...
It's next level.
It's, woo! I mean, I
just,
word, I'm like, God, but I say God, but I know I shouldn't even say that, but still, who made the word bad? Anyways, we won't get into that. But, no. When Alex died, I was like, I watch. I'm hyper aware always because, I don't know, these people aren't like, hey, I want a divorce. Hey, Tammy, I want a divorce. I'm going to go screw this blonde over here.
Yeah, how
Charles walked in the door, ambushed. Children. That was a fair fight. I bet you feel big and proud. You're a hero. Summer was telling Alex he was a hero.
Yeah, that makes
She's going to eat some potato salad.
And she was doing it on a phone she wasn't paying for.
Right.
They're talking all this shit on phones they're not even paying for.
All of them. I wonder if they even paid for their prepaid phones. Or did Tammy and Charles pay for that too? It's just, it's sick. It's sick and it's... So don't just point your nose up like you're better than me, because no. And I'm not saying I'm better than anybody else. That's not what I'm saying. Oh my God, I know I'm not. But I'm real with myself, and I don't murder anybody, and I don't look the other way when some stuff is going on, nor do I go plot and plan it in a damn temple. That's awesome.
Yeah.
And Zalima, she's the one that was, I'll meet you at the temple in the morning, right? Or did I get that wrong?
She's so, like...
Do you feel that over time and now with all the information dump, you have a better... Oh, God, yeah. Yeah. It's a Polaroid. I finally came to the analogy. It's a Polaroid picture. And I'm like, should I get like a Polaroid picture? And I'm like, nope, not yet. Not yet. It's not developed yet. That's why I've hung back in the woodwork, for so long, because I didn't know what to say, how to say it. What am I dealing with? What are we dealing with? What is this?
I don't think
nobody was acknowledging it.
We know for sure. Still, yeah. I want to know who lives in Tokerville. It's not a big town.
I don't know. Steve Miller Band? No. My dad used to always say, my dad always compares my life to.
And it's not because I want to go after anybody. Like, I guess it's just I want
answers. We deserve answers.
I want people to stop hijacking their religion to hurt people. And I want the religion to stop allowing that.
Yes.
And I don't want any more families to go
to hell
through this.
They can go. All the ones that want to do bad stuff, go be a cult. There you go.
I mean, yeah. If that makes me anti-Mormon, I guess I'm anti-Mormon. But I think I'm trying to get people to actually save their church in a way. Because I'm like, you guys, you got to stop. You have to recognize this. I don't know if you can
address it.
I don't know if it can be fixed, but if you at least address it, if you at least pay attention.
Sweeping it under the rug. Oh my God, no, that's not how we deal with problems in life, period, right? If not, that's why I was drinking like I was. That's why I was masking my pain. I was sweeping that under the rug instead of dealing with it. Yeah, it hurts. But you know what? It's way faster, and it's not that bad. And I feel so much better about myself that I haven't deluded myself, or I felt it. I go through it. I work through it. Sometimes I regress and I have to work through it a little bit more each time. I get a little further.
But you take responsibility.
It doesn't have to have a label. No, I actually don't call it a cult. It's a movement.
I think movement is a beggar. I think movement is a better term because I don't think it can be easily defined. I mean, if you
know if the bite thing really works, I think that everything is always evolving and ever changing, so that policies and procedures should always be ever changing, because in times like in our times, things have changed. Jesus, oh my God.
What you resist persists. That's like perfect.
Oh yeah, that is. Oh, and I also came up with healing through feeling.
Yeah.
I don't know if I came up with it, but it was fun. Chad hides behind. Not just Chad. It's not just Chad. I don't want to, I don't even, it's this group. And everyone that, I don't care if their part was this big, just a little tiny little piece of sand. You know what? A kidney stone is about the size of a piece of sand, and it'll drop me to my knees. I had 5 at one time. And so that piece of sand contributes to that. It clogs my kidney. So it's part of the problem. And so I basically am thinking, that anybody that feels they need to retaliate or have that mob mentality, that's on them. It's not on me. That's how they feel, and they're projecting it on me.
Yeah.
And I'm nowhere. They said I was trying to claim fame.
Yeah.
No, thank you. No, I'm not. In fact, I hate being, I want to just push this down, but, because some people cannot put themselves in other people's shoes and be empathetic. But anybody that's ugly and whatever, I will still help you. I will still love you. I'll love you through it. I'll be right there, and not to make fun. I'm not going to make fun. It's not funny. It's hurtful, and it's no bueno in my book. And it's ridiculous, and what we allow is what will continue. And I'll be damned. No,
Yeah.
I made that vow to them, and I'm not stopping. Then I'm selling myself short, and then they died for what? For them to just fade away, things just to
No.
continue and carry on? No.
No, shan't. Could you be on the jury for this case?
Huh?
Would I be allowed to make smart-ass comments?
I love smart-ass comments.
Like, I would just like to just...
Oh, yeah.
You know.
Uh-huh.
I get out of jury duty.
Right? I mean, that is something that I've always been like, I would just say it because I would not want to do any jury duty. Now I think I could be on the jury, and I really feel I could be fair. I'm a fair person. I don't know, maybe not, but I like to think so. Strive. I got to strive.
Yeah. No, I think you can look at the law and what the law says, and that's something I struggle with in my line of work, because there are times when I'm like, I don't want the data to say that, but I have to report the data as it is. And there are times when I'm like, no.
Yeah, it's not about, there's no right or wrong in this. There's no winners. There's no losers. Nobody wins in this, and that's even in policy and things changing. There's no winning. It's not about being right. It's just about being human. They're human. They were human. They
I never sent the paperwork back. That's right.
And that's the thing, though. I hate to see, or it hurts to see that Emma acknowledging her dad was just emotional cheating and not physical, extremely disturbing and revealing.
Except that's before she probably read the novel.
Labeled. It's micro compartmentalized. It's like, okay. But it's a pattern, and I see it over and over and over again, and only from an outsider constructive criticism. It's just something I notice. I pick it up, and other people pick other things up. There's DJ Norman. Woo! He can plug some numbers, I tell you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, holy crap.
I'm not smart enough.
Genius. I mean, I'm not. I think we just all have our own gifts. They're not those kind, but you know what I mean. We all have something to contribute, and we're all like super good at stuff. I like untangling necklaces. Okay. Remember?
So does Jax.
I'm mechanical. I'm awkward. I'm all kinds of things.
Yeah.
But I'm loyal, and I'm real, and I just.
Oh, Eric, are you saying me being LDS? Oh, I'm not anymore. I'm an apostate.
I think you're talking to somebody else. I meant
okay.
Your LDS. I should have clarified. Sorry.
No, sometimes people think I still am. Which is fine.
Either way, I mean, I'm glad that I was like, God was preparing you for me, kind of.
Yeah.
Because, and I'm glad to see that she came out, like Jen came out of this, it seems like just ahead of this. And then there'll be times that we've talked, and I'm like, and I'm like, please, it's like we were just testing each other's boundaries. I don't want to offend her, and she didn't want to offend me. Now I know I'm safe. She's safe. We're safe.
Yeah.
But it was just, it's patterns that I've noticed, and I'm like, please, by all means, if there's anything you notice with me, don't hesitate to say, hey, no, or correct me. because I don't want to be ignorant. Although it was very peaceful back in those days. But I learned a lot about this world that, I mean, I was just like, what? Oh my God, I didn't want to learn it that way. But
Right.
now I'm aware. Now I know to not be guilty of looking the other way. If I see something going on, and like Robbie was saying before, just that gut feeling, something's off, something doesn't look right, something doesn't feel right, just, I don't know, we got to tap in because they're all our children. Please, you can spank my kids. Just saying.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, woke. I talk about, Eric said woke, and that is, this is wokeism right here.
Yeah.
A prostate, the D to Ds, and that's the deities.
Yeah. I know the firing squad is still an option in Utah for now.
I thought it was in Idaho too.
Might be. Idaho likes to copy us.
I did see
Try to outdo
I
each
see
other.
a lot of headline news, and I don't have time to read it. So I kind of picked, like, just going through the titles in YouTube. I'm just like, I kind of get the gist of it just by reading everybody's titles.
Yeah.
And so I saw something come up, and it said something about Washington State doing away with the death penalty law, and it would affect, I'm assuming, I can't say, but I guess maybe it would affect other people too. Maybe other states. I don't know. Again, I'm just taking a guess. So I need to go read it. But when it's relevant, I mean, either way, if I read it or not, it doesn't change anything I don't have any court power.
I don't know about firing squad being easy. I know some guards,
I think I would do this.
Even though they're trained to be snipers, they don't exactly hit the right spot first.
I kind of, oh yeah. When you told me that, I was like, I was so angry. Oh my God. I hadn't felt angry like I did when I found out that Uncle Charles was dead. Like, I knew. I've never been that angry, y'all. And I've been a bitch. And I have 2 ex-husbands, and I don't hate them at all. And I don't hate Lori. I just detached, basically. That is a freaking blessing. But it came back, and I was just pissed off, very mad, and I didn't want to stay that way because it consumes you. It's allowing them to win, and again, there's no winning, but it gives them the power over me, and I can only control. The only control I have is of myself and how I react. I think everybody, like, we don't have control over the court. Yes, it's good to discuss it. I don't love to, but it's necessary to discuss. It's important. There's a lot in balance, but I just kind of leave that up to God. I know that God's got this, and that's his job. And thank God. Thank you, God, for doing that part, because I don't know. I just, but that's something that they had to have been aware of, but watching her in that damn meditative interview, I'm just like, oh my, she is like legit happy that she is getting away with this. It bothers me. Ugh.
Is she though? Because here's what I like to think is that she has to know by now she's not a translated being.
She's woke now.
Yeah. I mean, hopefully. To me, learning that, I don't know. maybe I'm more evil than I thought, but just the thought of her realizing.
Ew, Chad's ugly.
Oh yeah, the opinion on the ritual dates and the dark demons. I don't
What?
know.
I know that's part of it, and people do not want to hear it, nor do I. Nor did I want to address it. But even if it has nothing to do with this case, satanic ritual abuse, let's say it has nothing to do with it, by me researching this, it is.
There's just a lot of symbolism.
No, there's satanic ritual.
No, but that's what I mean.
Yeah.
That's what I mean, is that there's just so much symbolism to ignore that it's possible.
I'm sorry.
I tried to. I was like, no, I don't think so. And then I kept seeing it. And I was like, oh, okay, Kresha, you might be on.
I know. She was like not going that way. I'm like, I know. I got to throw that at you just so that you can do whatever you need to do with it. I'm never trying to force my opinions on anybody. Do your own research. I would have never believed it. I would have, no. And she was like, and I was like, it's just for you to just kind of file it back there. It's another tab. And if I have to, assess it, it's right there. And that's how I make my connections. And, See, and so we have to say it. We have to talk about it. If not, we're failing future victims or current victim right now. I just know September, purge. Everybody go inside.
I don't think they were mixing religions. I think that they were taking deep doctrines and then adding a little bit of science fiction.
A little energy work here.
A little bit of mainstream to make sure people would believe them. And
lying to the
rocket fuel. Because you read any of those old discourses, you read those old Brigham Young discourses, those old Joseph Smith, you read that and you can see where
it's right there.
It's
right there. And they're like, well, we don't teach it. Okay. Doesn't mean it's not accessible. Just, I don't understand that. That means nothing to me. Just kind of like the excommunication thing means nothing to me. I'm just like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think religions are just, I don't know. They're all twisted.
There's a lot of blood atonement in the old doctrines.
Yeah.
Discourses.
I didn't know.
A lot of blood atonement.
I didn't know what all that stuff meant. I really didn't. I was like, I run across some of my early notes and I'm just like, I didn't know how to spell Nephi. I was like, Or I remember watching Jasmine and she was.
Oh, I feel so bad.
That was hilarious. She goes, I'm sorry, I was mispronouncing Moroni. It's Moroni. I apologize.
I know, and I felt like such an asshole because I did, when she said Nephi, I like jokingly commented. I was like, oh, it's Nephi, and I like pronounced it. And then it was like, oh shit. Like so many people said that to her. I'm a total asshole.
Well, you're aware of your assholism, and that's okay.
Yeah, totally aware. I'm like, sorry.
I embrace it. It's welcome.
If I do a video on all those old Brigham documents, Robbie, you have to agree to be my bodyguard. Because I will get even more threats if I go after Brigham.
He's dead.
But
another planet.
Here's the thing: is that mainstream Mormons, they love Brigham, but they don't really know what Brigham taught.
I
mean, they're like, they're like when they say, like they're going against Brigham Young. I'm like, no,
it says it in that article.
They're going
says
to
it in the
Brigham.
article. It says it in the article. I swear to God, my God, it says that. Go ahead, I'm gonna find it.
Yeah, well,
Brigham Young. There it is. Boom, found it. However, if you examine, I skipped a few paragraphs.
Yeah, Stargazers.
However, if you examine them, you will not find anything but contradiction. This is projection and rejection to every principle of truth restored by the prophet Joseph Smith. In addition to this diabolic claim that Brigham Young killed Joseph Smith, Phil Davis also teaches his followers that the Church of Jesus Christ does not, in all caps, those are pieces you pick up. Those are nuggets. They mean business. Have the Melchizedek priesthood. And the story gets even more sinister. They talk about popcorn and all kinds of stuff. This is a freaking soap opera to them, or just turn the page, Next. Anyways, it goes on to say, and the story gets even more sinister. Phil Davis claims that Joseph Smith, this is kind of crazy. It's funny. Joseph Smith has returned to the earth and is translating the sealed portion of the Book of Mormon. All in red. Yes, they really believe he is working with the reincarnated Joseph Smith to restore a terrestrial order to the earth. Unfortunately, members of the Church of the will not have access to the sealed portion of the Book of Mormon. According to Davis, only those who have received a baptism of fire and the Holy Ghost performed by a person or angel, I'll talk about that, with the Melchizedek priesthood will have the sealed portion. Projection, they have it.
That's on the Book of Mormon Evidence blog.
Mm-hmm. And y'all want to know who brought it? Got to think, but not too far outside the circle. But he's a common denominator. How? I don't know how else to say it. But drop a hint. How is? Anyways, Firm Foundation. That's also Bob Meldrum.
You mean Brother Meldrum?
Who?
He's Brother Meldrum.
Oh, I don't have.
In his bio, it says Brother Meldrum, and I'm like,
I do pick and call Stroud Brother Stroud. At least, but I do have to give it to Stroud. At least he's like, that's what I do. I do it. He's not like, I don't know that. I still think there's many layers to that. I feel like he was maybe X, but not like just
Oath of Vengeance. Oh, sometimes I just call out. Just like Oath of Vengeance, Jean Marie.
Tourette's.
I should say who. Like, I'll just call out random.
I do that too.
Yeah, because that was in the Lafferty. In the Lafferty video, I talked about Oath of Vengeance and Oath of Secrecy, which is actually what it was called, not Oath of Sacredness.
It's part of the temple. It's all.
I mean, so was they removed Oath of Vengeance and they removed Oath of Secrecy.
Really? You know that?
Yeah, because
they said they did. They allegedly.
Yeah, but ex-Mormons
that goes both ways. I guess we need to say and recognize that it's alleged on their part too that it's gone, just like it could scrubbed.
I mean, I definitely think Second Anointment is going strong.
Yeah, calling of election made sure.
Yeah, I think that's going strong.
Forever to memorize. I'm like, what are they saying? What is the what calling of an election made sure? I guess that's the invitation.
Yeah,
that's what.
But it's difficult to tell the difference,
right? Even for members, which my uncle and my nephew and my Tylee, I just
members.
Yeah. Yep. And so there's that. So, I don't know.
Joseph Smith actually had a talisman that he used.
What is a talisman? Remind me.
Coin thing.
When I was pregnant, I didn't know. I did not know. I don't even know. I think we did it at my baby shower. No. Anyways, and from a string, a sewing needle, and my wedding ring. And if it goes, I get it now. But I mean, dowsing rods. That's how they used to find water and stuff.
Well, his talisman was good and evil.
Ellie, I can connect them, but I can't openly connect them. But I'm glad to share with you. Email me.
Yes.
Hit me on the hip.
Yeah, he did a lot. I'm actually studying a lot about the occult type of stuff right now. I was going to try and get it done for Halloween just because I was like, I need to do something, but my professors don't accept the excuse like, I'm sorry, I'm late. I was researching some stuff for my YouTube channel. Like,
sorry, I'm helping
use
this
that,
crazy
but
bitch out.
I think is
Really just
different.
reading more crazy bitches.
Yeah, he did use it for good and evil. He did gauge people good and evil. Joseph Smith did with that talisman.
But okay, I remember from when I was researching early on that the Lafferty brothers, their mom, would decide everything: what to eat, when to eat, through the basically a pendulum. Yeah, or would you call it talisman?
He had a talisman. He also did other stuff too. Like I'm just kind of reading about it. I just found out about like the because someone has a talisman. I think they actually gave it back to the church, but it was used. He did a lot. He did a lot of that stuff. I don't know why it has to be denied. Why it can't just be like, yeah, he did some weird things.
Not weird. It would be weird if it was knowledge. Knowledge is power. How are you to choose what's good and what's bad if you're never taught anything about it? Okay, it's just like I accepted mainstream for what it for verbatim. I was like, oh, now I'm like, you might want to go check that word because it's not the mainstream.
Yeah, what mainstream and what year? I think that's the key. When you're talking about mainstream, what year are you talking?
And
because Joseph Smith's mainstream was much different than mainstream now. Mainstream now is much different than mainstream when I grew up. I grew up in the 80s and 90s, and the mainstream now is far different. You know?
Yeah. It's very politicky.
It's more.
I was never into politics, and I'm still not. But
corporate, and yeah, I agree. Like someone asked about, like, will they make a statement? I doubt it.
Yeah,
I mean, they've already put a letter out saying that they don't want their leaders talking about it. They haven't mentioned it yet.
Not even Heather Daybell. I mean, I can't imagine that. And oh my God, I love the people. I'm in there with y'all. You know, we're in this together, and I feel like their deaths, yes, it sucks, but the silver lining in this is that it has pulled us together. They brought us together. That's how I choose to see it, because evil doesn't win in the story. Nope. Evil don't get to win. Nope. I decided that a long time ago. I was like, no. Love always wins. My uncle said it in that email to his attorney. Lori's back. JJ's over the moon. I'm sure Uncle Charles was relieved, but still, I'm sure he still felt a little. He was just doing what he had probably been doing, keeping it together. You know, I mean, it sucks. It sucks doing that to your family, and you know, and he was just. I mean, he wasn't with Tylee. He loved her though. She loved him. The thing that stood in the way. Lori. And I mean, I remember Uncle Charles. I remember this now. Just recently, I was like, oh yeah. Like 2018, I don't know. 2018. I remember he turned to me and he made a little comment and he said, I don't know. Lori just feels she needs to be needed. And I was like, yeah, you know, I get it. I like to be needed. I don't like to control everything. Good night, Karen Holland. Yeah, it's very narcissistic. It's narcissistic behavior.
She really, when I was watching Tylee, I thought about like all the things that you want to believe your mom. You know, and I believed my mom about things about my dad that weren't true. The stuff on Joseph Smith, so you can read Fawn Brody's book, who a lot of times people say that it's not. She was a practicing Mormon. She still practiced Mormonism when she
Does
was
it
done.
matter? I mean, I want to know if it matters.
No, I think
Is it
it
good to get
does.
from source?
Yeah. So
Yes.
Fawn Brody, and then there's like the Magical Worldview. One of the September 6th, one of
Abraham
he
Giuliani,
wrote-
one of them.
yeah, but it was done, not done. And one of them wrote more on it, but there's like the Magical Worldview, and then anything with the Tanners, they have some publications on they're
Wow.
cheap.
I even have looked into buying these things. You know how you buy the lessons and stuff? And
Yes,
you can, like,
D. Michael Quinn. Sorry.
Oh, but you can buy like as a group and teach it, or you know what I mean, share it as a group study. I guess. I guess I am a researcher, Jen. Damn it.
You are.
When I was like, I'm not, and then I was like, I am. I'm. Yeah, I'm proud of it.
She
I'm glad
weightlifted? Ew.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's all that damn arrogance.
Yeah. I think she really did a lot.
Mhm.
I
Oh
think
God,
Kylie
yeah.
was forced into a lot of situations that.
And so, right, and I was a bitch when I was that age. I'm sorry,
I was-
but I mean, I'm just being real. Huh? All those raging hormones and I don't know, but I never called my mom a B word, not till way
I
later.
did.
Behind
I
her
told
back.
my mom to eat and die. And then I got my ass beat. Bad.
I'm guilty of saying I hate you. You know, when I was a teenager. Oh my God, I feel bad for that now. But I mean, you're a freaking kid. You don't know. You learn as you go. And then when your kids say it to you, and you're like, oh, great.
Yeah. I can't believe my kids have never cussed me out.
I've always just been like, I used to be super impulsive, and like, I mean, I can cut you with my tongue. Like, I'm like, I can slice you and dice you down. Do I like that? No, because I say things I do not mean at all, you know. And so I'm like, let's not continue, because I'm just gonna say something. So
yeah.
I try to know my boundaries, you know.
Yeah, my ex-husband.
Was it found at the temple? Was it a story made up? I don't trust anybody.
I thought he found it at his church while they were
But
cleaning up.
I mean, okay. Legend
like
says.
That's the thing. We have like 4 stories that too. I don't know.
I mean,
but does it really?
Did he really even find it at church?
Huh?
Or was he just into some weird shit?
I really think he was looking at old documents, and he wasn't the only one.
They're bored. They get bored. They're not being fulfilled. I mean, that's got a attribute to it. It has to. You wouldn't look okay if you're let's just say you're married, like Lori. Okay, let's say you're Lori. No,
I don't want to.
I know. Okay. Just be you. Just be your own you, okay. And you're not happy, and okay, you decide that you want to look elsewhere for happiness. That's basically what's going on. They're cheating on their church because they're not being fulfilled spiritually.
Yeah,
and that's my opinion. It's hand in hand with psychology. It really is.
That's very.
I just don't.
Existed for a long time. It's a problem that's existed for a long time.
Yeah,
it just hasn't blown up. It just is.
Nothing big enough has buckled its knees.
They had such a good support system. Like that's really what has made the difference. Is they had all of these people enabling them. You know that are now like, oh no, can you ever believe in something 100% that's not true?
Melanie Gibb does this.
Yeah,
I kind of
it's
believe,
like,
but not all the way. I'm like,
I wasn't sure. And then it's like, well, I have 4 audio things of you talking about it. I
yeah,
mean, there's witness
definitely
statements. There's a lot.
practicing.
You believed in it. You were enabling it. You were encouraging it.
Yep. Oh God, yeah. I mean, even if she had nothing to do with any of that, I was not cool with a woman who was cool with a woman who was doing the shit that she was doing to her husband and her children. Just yes, her cheerleader. I'll help you hide his truck. I'll have to see her one day.
How you look at a man who's coming to you for help
Trying to
and then go to the police station and try and insinuate that he's some creep, you're a piece of shit. In my opinion. That's just the way I feel.
Very strong opinion, Melanie Gibb.
I just because I think someone came to you.
You're a coward.
In pain, trying to help his wife. And you go, oh, I don't know, but I'm going to go talk shit about you to the police and make you seem like a creep.
To make herself feel better for the crappy stuff she was doing also. That's just a big assumption. Sue me.
Bye, Marie. I got to go too, actually.
I do too. I'm tired. Y'all are tired of hearing me bump from my
I gotta go. I gotta write a paper, you guys, unless any of you want to write it. And then, do we have a portal? One of you can get in the portal. You can come write it for me.
Chad likes to write. I heard.
Now, this has to be fact-based.
I'm good. Oh, maybe we can pull some more juicy not so. Oh God. Well, they turned that into a movie. Lifetime, here's your role.
Here you go. He already wrote it for you.
Yeah. Ew. Gross. That's gross.
Yeah. It was.
Okay.
Right. Well, I'm going to thank you all.
Here. Robbie's going to help me get my stuff together as far as like never this, but it'll be a little more together because he's going to help me in the technological side of this. So I appreciate every one of you, and I appreciate you, Jen. I love you. Thank you so much. Tell Michelle thanks for her service. I'm like, thank you for letting me your wife.
She told me an hour and a half. Because I said, oh, it'll only be an hour and a half. Will you come on for me tomorrow? I'm going to do like a quick live. What did I say? 6:00 my time?
So
yeah.
7. Okay.
I was going to do a little coming out.
Oh, and we do.
Coming out.
I'd also
coming out day, National Coming Out Day tomorrow.
On doing something about addressing suicide.
Yeah, I do want to talk about that a little bit.
Even if it's brief, shine a light. It's got to shine a light. Let's shine lights.
Yeah. All right. Anyway,
thank you
so much. Hey, guys. Thank you.
We'll see you next time.
Yes.
See y'all later.
Bye-bye. Leave studio.